Cloud Speed is your gateway to AI and the cloud.
Okay, welcome back to Cloud Speed. So the video you saw earlier is the demonstration of the project we're able to build and we'll be building in this particular video. As you know, Cloud Speed, our videos are made up of projects which we want you to be able to go through and develop on your own. We usually outline the step-by-step processes you follow to create the project on your own, and also to give you extra explanations about every single part, every single function, and every single resource or code on the project. So in this project, what we are going to build is an AI application that takes in the URL of a web page. That means you are getting a web page and then you are converting it to voice. As you know, this has various applications, and I've seen it's being used online on multiple websites, multiple web pages, or multiple companies. It's actually a product on its own. So we want you to build products that are applicable, not just side projects that are not applicable or just random or trivial. You understand? We want you to build something that you can be able to apply, you'll be able to create a company around and be able to solve people's problem. What we can do is to start building it. So before we start building, I'll just quickly mention some of the libraries and softwares we used in this particular project. One of them is Lambda function. In case you have been living under a rock, a Lambda function is a serverless service from AWS. And what it does is that it allows you to run your backend application code or your business logic code on a prepared or fully managed environment, whether you are using Python, Node.js, um, or any of the other environments. It's fully available for you. All you need to do is to bring in your code and run your code. Then we'll also be using Amazon Poly. So Amazon Poly does conversion of text to voice. So this is the main AI in our application. So what it does is that it takes your text and then converts it to voice. Okay, let's get to the documentation. We have step-by-step process for you to be able to recreate this project on your own. So on the documentations, we have the headings for the step, which is in this case, our first heading is to create a Lambda function. And the sub steps here are we use Python 3.12, we enable Lambda function URL, we add logic, which is the code. We have the code for you. You don't have to go source for the code or start writing the code on your own. You can extend the code we have here to include other functionalities, but we have the basic code for you here. Then you set your Lambda timeout from 1 to 2 minutes. I use 3 minutes on my own. Okay, so let's get started with this. But before we get started, let's check out the code. So this is the code we mentioned earlier. We also have the Streamlit code. So this Streamlit code is for the front end, while we have the backend code. This backend code is for our Lambda. We won't be using API gateway because we will be using the Lambda function URL directly. So what this code does is that it collects the URL of the web page. Then it also collects the voice ID we'll be using with Amazon Poly, and then the language we want to translate the page into. As well, if you check the code, you see this function defined here. You know, web pages or websites could be single page application, or it could be static, or it could be server side rendered. So for static and server side rendered pages, we will be able to translate it to voice. But for single page applications, those ones require a device for them to render. So in this case, we cannot render those pages on our Lambda. So what we do is that if the URL of the website you requested is a single page application, it will respond with an error indicating that the URL is a single page application, and therefore Lambda will not be able to convert it to voice. So we'll go to our AWS console now. We'll click on create function. We can name the function voice. Recall the runtime we were asked to use. In this case, we're asked to use 3.7 Python runtime. So let's look for 3.7, 3.12 rather. Okay. Now we have to include the permissions. So we just use create a new role with lambda basic permissions. Then we'll come over here to additional settings. This is where we enable the function URL because we will not be using API gateway. To call the function URL, the default is AWS IAM. You select none. In this case, we are saying anybody from anywhere can call this function URL. They don't need to be authenticated. So this is all we need. Then you create your function. We can go through it one last time to ensure everything is correct. Yes. Then you create your function. Okay, our function has successfully created. So we'll go back to the documentation. What else do we need? Okay, we attach the following IAM policy to our Lambda execution rule. The reason we are attaching this particular policy to our Lambda execution rule is to allow Lambda full access to Amazon policy. So we can call Amazon policy to convert our text to voice. So what you do is copy the policy name, then you go to your Lambda function, you go to configuration. I think we skipped one step. We're told to set our Lambda timeout to 1 to 3 minutes. Okay, we'll do that as well. We set our Lambda timeout to 1 to 3 minutes. Okay, yeah, our Lambda has been prepared successfully. So we'll click on, let's set the timeout first before we enable before we add the permissions. You can as well increase the memory, but it's not necessary. But I like to increase it to make it faster. Then you set the timer to 3 seconds. Then you save it. So after setting the timeout, you come here to permissions. Now you can see your Lambda execution rule. You click on it. Okay, now we can see the permission on our Lambda execution rule. And the next step is to add the Amazon Poly permission as seen in the documentation. So you click on add permission, click on attach policy. You can see the list of policy. You search for it and select it, then add permissions. Okay, the permission has been added successfully. So let's go back to the documentation. The next step is to upload your code to your Lambda environment. So what we do is to package the code into zip file and upload to the Lambda environment. Package the entire package folder. So looking at the code base, you see that there's a package folder here. What this package folder contains is our code, which is our Lambda code, and then the libraries or the dependencies which our Lambda code requires to run. As you know, we'll be using Beautiful Soup, which is a library for converting HTML pages or web pages into text, and it's not it's not on our Lambda environment. We have to package it separately. So we'll be packaging both the library and then our Lambda code on the same folder, in this case package. So what you do is you go to your folder, assuming you have downloaded the code base or the repo, you go to the package folder, then you select all the libraries, including the Lambda function. Then you zip it. Yeah, you zip it. Oh, I forgot I packaged it before. So you know what I'll do? I'll delete it here. Okay, you select all the libraries, all the folders, then you zip it. Okay, now you have your package file over here. So the documentation says we upload them to our Lambda environment. So go back to your Lambda environment. You come, yeah, you come over here to code. Then you click on upload from. You select .zip file. Then you upload from your zip file. So you locate your package file over here and you open. Okay. All right, you have successfully uploaded our code to our Lambda function, and we have uploaded the packages to our Lambda function. So we can go through the code just to ensure or to check if we need to update anything in particular. Okay, we don't need to update anything. So you need to deploy your code. Okay, there are no changes to be made. Then going back to the documentation, the next step is to build your Streamlit front end. Okay, you go to your code base. Okay, you can close this for now. So before you build, on the documentation says you update the Streamlit code to use the Lambda function URL. Then the next one is to run the code below, which is Streamlit run py.py. So you go to your Lambda function, you copy your function URL. Sorry about that. Yeah, copy it over here. Then you go to your Streamlit code, which is on the app.py. You paste it here. All right, good. And you save. And going back to the documentation, you can see the command you need to start your Streamlit application. Okay, to start your Streamlit application, or rather, you can use the command line and to open the you can use the command line to start your Streamlit application. So you can just quickly hold on Shift Control Y to open your command line or your terminal. To run your Streamlit app, you paste the code which was given on the documentation. All right, and you click on enter to start running as quickly as possible. Okay, it's up and it's setting up. Okay, all right, it's fully deployed. So the way it works is that you put in the URL of the web page you want to access, or rather you want to convert to voice, and then you select you select the language or the voice type, whether male or female, and then you click on generate. So let's try it out. Let's try Google page. So let's see what Google page looks like before we try it out. Okay, this is what Google feels like. Google search. I am feeling lucky. Okay. So we can close this. Now click on generate. It has been generated because it's usually given back as base 64, and it needs to be converted from base 64 to an audio file. We can play it right here.
Google about storage email images sign and see more delete report inappropriate predictions advertising business how search works applying AI towards science and the environment privacy terms settings advanced search your data in search history search help send feedback dark theme off Google Apps.
Okay, that's a lot and it's not very clear. You can download it, then we can remove it. So let's try out another website. You can select another language, then we click on generate. So what we were trying to do was we were looking for websites or web pages that had very few text, so that the voice file will generate will not be too bulky. Okay, this one is good enough. So let's play it.
Augment definition meaning y synonyms vocabulary.com skip to
So this
content
is in
dictionary
Spanish.
vocabulary lists vocab trainer tm augment barra gmnt barra gmnt barra ipa guide other forms augmented augmenting augments do you need to make something bigger better or stronger then you need to augment it to augment is to increase the amount or strength of something.
We can remove this or can download it as well. Then let's remove it. Then let's use English. Matthew this time around. Okay.
Augment, definition, meaning and synonyms. Vocabulary.com skip to content dictionary vocabulary lists vocab trainer augment slash gmnt slash gmnt slash ipa guide other forms. Augmented, augmenting. Augments do you need to make something bigger, better, or stronger? Then you need to augment it. To augment is to increase the amount or strength of something. Maybe your bike isn't getting around very well on hills.
All right, we can download this one as well. And let's check out the website again. As you can see, it says then to need to augment it, which is what we heard from the voice note. So we can close this. So that is it for our application, which converts a web page to voice using AWS Lambda, Amazon Polling. So I understand this is a very raw project. This is I don't see how any consumer will be able to use this at the moment. But you can always extend, you can always improve it, you can always add more functionalities or more features to it. Like for example, you can find ways to remove the metadata from the HTML pages, so you don't have to read the you don't have to you don't have to read the headers, you don't have to read the footers of the web page. So it will concentrate mostly on the content of the web page, trying to read the content of the web page, if it's a blog or if it's a landing page, to try to read the content of the web page rather than reading the whole page, both the metadata, both the footer, both the header, which is this is not very okay. It's a little bit annoying to an extent. So you can improve on the project. So this is just a raw project for you to try your hands on in case you are looking towards getting into AI, getting into voice technology, getting into um, There are other better libraries you can use out there which can fully convert your web pages and extract the most useful content of your web pages. So thank you for following through this project. So the next thing you need to do at the moment is to delete your resources. So you can close this right here. Then you close this as well. Okay. Then you delete your resources. Let's delete the, okay, we can delete the lambda function first before you delete the execution rule. So I'll quickly go through this. Okay, for the execution rule, go to rules. Okay, after deleting all the resources, then you are good to go. Thank you for following this project. As usual, please continue to check our channel, like our channel, subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to post project-based videos relating to AI, relating to cloud on this channel, so you can follow through. Thank you so much.
Cloud Speed is your gateway to AI and the cloud. We make videos showing you the latest in tech, and we break down the real-world use cases. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching.